What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Dose of Renewables, a quick audio recap of the day's top clean energy news, brought to you by the Renewable Energy Smart Pod. I'm your host, Sean McMahon, and here's a look at the stories we're following today, July 16th, 2025. Energy Secretary Chris Wright has confirmed that the U.S. is considering pulling out of the International Energy Agency unless the organization changes its forecasting methods. Wright believes that the IEA's forecasts are unrealistically green, and it's, quote, total nonsense, end quote, that the agency anticipates global oil demand to reach a plateau this decade. Wright went on to issue the following statement, quote, we will do one of two things. We will reform the way the IEA operates, or we will withdraw, end quote. Speaking of Secretary Wright, he was in Pittsburgh yesterday, where President Trump announced more than $90 billion in AI and energy investments aimed at establishing Pennsylvania as a hub for AI infrastructure. Considering that companies like Google, Microsoft, and OpenAI were at the event, and they've previously touted the importance of clean energy, I'd love to tell you all about the renewable energy news related to that event, but fossil fuels were truly the star of the show. From where I'm sitting, that dollar figure, $90 billion in investments in one state, that harkens back to what we call the rule of Foxconn. There's a big difference between saying you're going to invest $90 billion and following up and actually investing $90 billion. Turning now to the big, beautiful bill, the transferability of tax credits was a key component of the Inflation Reduction Act, enabling developers to sell credits directly to third parties and unlock more than $500 billion in capital. And while the BBB preserved that mechanism, how it's implemented may change significantly as the Treasury Department moves to rework the guidance for foreign entities of concern and other provisions. President Trump's order requires an updated framework within 45 days, but experts say that timeline is way too tight, and it might take much longer than that to see how the future of the transferability of tax credits truly takes shape. In state policy news, the California Senate Energy, Utilities, and Communications Committee has amended Assembly Bill 942 to preserve existing net metering agreements for solar consumers, even if they sell their homes. A previous iteration of the amendment would have prevented buyers of homes with existing solar systems from being grandfathered into the existing net metering contract. They would have been forced into new contracts, which are not as favorable to the homeowners. And finally, I want to wrap up today's show with a salute to Amy Harder and the team at Cipher. For the last 4 years or so, Cipher has been covering clean energy and the technologies needed to transform global energy systems. Our daily newsletter, the Renewable Energy Smart Brief, has featured countless stories from Cipher. But sadly, today is the final day that Cipher will be publishing. That's not good news for fans of quality journalism, but let's just say the team at Cipher went out with a bang. While Amy wrote her own big think piece on the state of the energy transition, Cipher also delivered an exclusive interview with Bill Gates, the founder of Breakthrough Energy, which was a key supporter of Cipher. In that interview, Gates shares his thoughts on the big, beautiful bill and notes that changes to clean energy tax credits weren't as destructive as they could have been. He also noted that the BBB has implications for other forms of energy and may help accelerate the growth of emerging technologies like geothermal and fusion energy. So that's a quick look at just some of the stories we're featuring today in the Renewable Energy Smart Brief. If you want to read the whole newsletter, click on the link in today's show notes. If you like this podcast, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and be sure to follow us on Apple, Google, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. The Renewable Energy Smart Pod is a production of Smart Brief, a future company.